recording.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. Good afternoon.
Yeah. Good morning. Good afternoon and good morning. Yeah.
Yeah, for me it's morning. I mean, kind of 10 a.m., right? So for a few, I guess, who wake up at 6 a.m., it's middle of the day, it feels like. Not for me. No, joking. All right. Let's wait maybe another minute. And also remember that this meeting is recorded and will be uploaded to YouTube. So if you don't want to appear on YouTube, you can also turn off or turn on your camera, however you like. All right, and let's get started. Welcome everyone to today's meeting. My name is Leo. I'm one of the co-chairs for the tag Environment Sustainability. Christina is also today with us. She's a little bit co-hosting today. She's also involved with the tag. And it's awesome that a bunch of you joined today's call, because today we will talk about the Cloud Native Sustainability Week, give a brief overview about the program. I think most of you already kind of familiar with what we are working on, but this just wraps it up a little bit, and also gives a great place to ask questions, and we can discuss the program and change things and so on. So please be aware that this is a CNCF community meeting, which falls under the CNCF Code of Conduct, which can be summarized to be just excellent to each other. And with this, we will get started. There's an agenda for today, but the agenda is mostly, we have a couple of slides, which I'm sharing right now. And then we have time to discuss any points that we may want to discuss. All right, awesome. So feel free to just raise your hand throughout the meeting, or just open up your mic, speak freely at any point. That's totally fine. Right, so for these couple of slides, it's like 3 different parts. First of all, like 3 slides or so about the overall information right now. So you know, okay, these are the working items that we're working on. So you have like a good overview. Then there are a couple of slides where we walk through the event planning, but this will mature a little bit more if we approach the event. So it's like a more proper guide, because I know a few have no experience in organizing meetups, so I think maybe this could help a lot. The CNCF has a repository also, which gives a lot more information, but we will get into that then. And then the third part is the open discussion. So, right, to get started, we have quite a few meetups signed up, so 27 in total, which I think are kind of a big number. 20 different countries signed up, so I think that's pretty big. So I'm very excited about that. Would you like to briefly go around the room and just quickly unmute yourself, and maybe if you like, just share where you're from, which location, if you're organizing. If not, that's cool too. So right, I can start with myself. So as I said, my name is Leo. I'm one of with the tag, but I will also organize a meetup in Hamburg, where I'm based, so in Germany. And I'm organizing meetups. I started this year. This would be, I think, my 4th meetup this year in October. So very excited about that. So maybe Pavel, if you're around.
Yeah, sorry, I wasn't muted actually. Yeah, my name is Pavel. I'm joining from the Netherlands. So I see that we have organized Alexander Voza. I know him. I will reach out to him and see how I can help with this and how I can make this a successful meetup. I'm very excited and want to make it happen.
Sounds great. All right, Adam.
Yeah, Adam, I'm down in Australia, so as you can see, it's nighttime for me.
All right, awesome. Ash.
Hey, hi. I am from India and I don't have a lot of experience in organizing meetups, but I'm excited for this one. And like, I know that there are a lot of other contributors part of this initiative in India. So I'm looking forward to organizing one in India along with them.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, in India, they Divya, one of the organizers, and approached or kind of had the idea to sync up the meetups in India, because I think they're planning 4, one in the north, in the south, west, and east. So they have like a event in the event, kind of, which I think is a very fun idea. Owen?
Okay, yeah. My name is Foon from the Korea, South Korea, actually. Yeah, not that, yeah, part of the northern part. And I'm work with this Soko, Son Soko Son, who is the ambassador too in here. Yeah. And there is some other staff is for some you know, that there's a CNCF sustainability, so local meetups. So yeah, someone who is not familiar, but actually this, you'll be let them know that this, I mean, that there's a they'll be to introduce themselves. And how this, I organized several meetup in Korea, and mostly this my time is spent by that there's some speakers, some part. But I'm really happy to join in here and really work with this you, and then we're set up for that some sustainability work. Yeah, 2nd October. Thank you.
Awesome, thanks. Emma?
Hi, I'm Emma. I'm based out of Barcelona in Spain. I regularly organize other meetups for different communities. So we decided to restart the Kubernetes and cloud native meetups in Barcelona, which have not been happening since before the pandemic. And this will be actually our inaugural meetup for the new phase. I'm looking forward to organizing this. Nikki Manolaki just joined the company where I work at Grafana, so we're working together and organize this one in Barcelona.
Awesome, wonderful. Christina?
Yes, hello everyone. Yeah, as you mentioned, Leo, I will be helping both in arranging the Cloud Native Sustainability Week global event, but I will also be organizing the local meetup in Oslo, Norway, where I am based. We'll be having a joint event between Cloud Native and Kubernetes Oslo, which is a CNCF local meetup group here in Norway. Between that and the newly launched Green Software Foundation Oslo meetup group. So yeah, I'm very excited for this.
Me too. All right, Nancy.
Yeah, hi everyone. I'm sorry I have a poor network, so I hope I'm audible. So I'm basically helping in the sustainability virtual meetup, as well as I'm helping with the organization in India with Divya and Sayam. I'm really excited for this. This is such a cool idea. So many people doing at the same time is amazing. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Awesome. Bill.
Hi, my name is Bill, and I'm from Taiwan. I currently is the one of the organizer of the Cloud Native Taiwan user group, and I think the sustainability is a very new topic for Taiwan. So I'm still explore how to drive it in Taiwan.
Nice. Yeah. Pratik.
Yeah.
Hi folks, Pratik here from Melbourne, Australia. So I'm one of the CNCF ambassadors and already run a couple of Kubernetes meetup groups in Australia. And we also have a local sustainability meetup, which is a virtual meetup at the moment and not affiliated to CNCF. And I think I got in touch with Leo and some of the other folks a few months ago to kick off some sort of either global or initiative or whatever. So really excited to be here and collaborating with you all. Hoping to learn a lot and hoping to share a lot.
Yeah, that's true. A couple of months ago, I think February or something, you posted a message in Slack, kind of outlined the idea that we could do like a meetup together virtually, because also in Australia, time zone wise, it's a little bit difficult most of the time. So yeah, you kind of got this ball rolling a little bit. Awesome, yeah. Sammy?
Me?
Yes.
Okay. Here's Samuel from Product Capture. Our Product Capture, just become sandbox project for CNCF, and it's my first time to organize a CNCF meetup. Nice to meet you guys. Currently, together with Capture community member from locally members from different cities, we organize this mega meetup in China. Hopefully, we can make it both online and offline. Consider we located in different cities, so we currently planned it at November. Also considered with the local holiday, as well known that Chinese national holiday is October 1st. So we currently planned the schedule on 4th of November. For the schedule, maybe we can discuss later in the open discuss session. By the way, one of our co-host is CNCF MC. So I suppose I also have strong, or say can get strong support from CNCF local members. Yeah, that's it.
Right. Sionko?
Yeah, my name is Soko-san actually. I'm CNCF ambassador and KCD organizer in South Korea in this year. And I have been contributing to Kubernetes SIGDocs, and I'm a maintainer of CNCF Cloud Native Glossary. And I'm actually deeply participated in localization contributions in CNCF and Kubernetes domain. So I'm glad to see this kind of global effort for sustainability. I usually use this kind of our global map and check the colors. I'm happy to see folks from every country. I'm glad to be here as well. And I'm co-organizing the sustainability meetup in South Korea with Hun Jo. And actually, maybe he is leading this local meetup in South Korea. I'm just supporting for him. That's all. Thanks.
Awesome. Great to have you. Seong So.
Hi, I'm Sung-soo from South Korea. Actually, I'm working on OpenStack in Open Infra user group, and I'm collaborating with the Hoon and Soko and CNCF Korea to organizing this event. So I'm very happy to meet you guys, and hope to successfully to done this event. Thank you.
Awesome. Great to meet you. And I think last from the list, Sojin.
Hello, I'm Sujin. I'm a Kubernetes engineer from Korea, and I'm preparing a local meetup in Seoul with Hoon and Sung-soo and Soko. Yeah. Well, nice to meet you all.
Nice to meet you. Right. Awesome. All right. I think that's all right. So we can get started or continue. Right. There were a couple of questions, but as I said, that in the open discussion section, we should have enough time. Otherwise, we can schedule at some point another meeting or take this also async. Right. So communication channels, I think at first is always kind of important, but nothing too surprising here. So I think for the most part, everyone should be kind of familiar from their own experience where to find which kind of information. So if you are interested, for example, in very detailed information where we are in a particular item, you can go to GitHub. We have for every issue kind of an issue open where we post comments and links and everything. And you can also ask questions to those issues. If you have just a quick question or maybe something needs to get clarified, you can just reach out over Slack and so on. There's also, for example, a website which you might have seen. So there I can send a link maybe in a second. From the tag, we have a website, and there's one page dedicated to the Cloud Native Sustainability Week, which gives like a good event overview. We will work on refining the website over the next weeks and months. Feel free to just also open up the PR. It's on the tag repository, GitHub repository, so everything is public. If you like, for example, to change the date of your meetup or to add the meetup date, currently it's to be defined. So there's a placeholder. Right. So depending where you're looking for, there are different kinds of communication channels. The Google Docs detailed plan, probably we will update that with a little bit what we are talking about today and what we are working on. it's kind of still in the state where it's at for a couple of months ago. So yeah. Moving on to the things we are organizing, or the action items. So for this event, because it's like a new thing for kind of all of us, we are trying to keep the ball a little bit low and don't overcommit in organizing all kinds of cool things, because we want to make sure like the core idea of we have all these meetups in different places, and that we talk about environment sustainability and so on, that we concentrate on that and have a little bit on the side, like low-hanging fruits. We can pick those up. There were a couple of very cool ideas that we, for example, can also, I don't know, in terms of, for example, gifts to attendees, that we have like some kind of organized, I don't know, that we plant some trees or whatever in every location. So maybe at some point we can do that too, but for this time it's probably a little bit much. So, but still, feel free to just propose your ideas. There were a couple good ideas which we picked up, and there still should be plenty of time to add to this list. So for the first one, and by the way, the hashtag is the issue number. So if you're interested in this issue, you can go to the tag repository. The first one is simply correctly badges. So you're probably familiar, like after KubeCon and so on, if you gave a talk, you get a badge, which you can add to your CV or to your LinkedIn page or whatever. And we are planning to do the same. Mercy, I think she's not on the call today, but she worked on some designs, which looks awesome. The second one is about artworks. So the CNCF is currently working on designing a logo and a banner and presentation templates and so on. Hopefully they will get back to us soonish before we schedule the meetups. So this is also in the works. We're working on 2 different surveys. One survey is to kind of us as organizers to give feedback on the program. So if we happen to do it another time, maybe next year, that we can improve on the program. And it's also a little bit designed that you as an organizer can maybe give a little bit more information what your meetup has been talking about. So you have maybe a little bit more dedication into filling out the survey. The other survey for attendees is a little bit more slim, so low barrier. So the attendee survey can be shared on the meetup. Hopefully we get some insights where to improve the landscape document from the tag, which is basically gives an overview about the entire space. Then gifts. Gifts is kind of still a little bit in motion. We were planning to share some codes to get a reduction if you, or some percentages off if you would like to attend KubeCon North America virtually. But I think Katie is still a little bit working on what they can provide. So maybe this will change, but we will see. Then the next one, welcome slides, is kind of simple one, but I think it's something that every meetup needs, like some introduction if you open up the meetup. So we can have like a baseline, just gives like a couple of nice slides, which you can use to design the first couple of the introduction kind of to your meetup. And then social media promotion, we're in sync, on Nancy is in sync with the PR team. I think they're coming back to us soonish, and they're working on some ideas how to promote this event. So you can use your own communication channels as always to promote the event, but we can also have a little bit more support maybe from the CNCF for these meetups. And then the last one is YouTube. So if you like to record the meetup, we can upload it afterwards to the tag YouTube channel. I think that's would be a great resource. Right. So things are in motion. And thanks very much to Christina, Mercy, Antonio, Mehmet, Nancy, and everybody else joining the calls we have every 2 weeks to kind of get working on these issue items. And obviously also thank you to all of you providing feedback so we can improve the program. Right. So the next section is kind of working through the organization phases of a meetup. It's very kind of, I kept it very simple. We can give a little bit more detail maybe throughout the summer as we are clearing up everything around the event. But there's an overview on the CNCF community page, which just highlights like the general phases which you have throughout organizing an event. So you can see the first phase or the 0 phase is kind of that you are getting set up, that you have a community page on the CNCF community website where you can schedule your meetup and you can invite folks and so on. The next one after that is that you start planning the event, find speakers, find a sponsor, and so on. So we are kind of a little bit in this space right now, right? That we are planning the overall event. Then we schedule the event, we put it on the community page, that we basically book the date. Then we announce the event, that we reach out to folks, try to attract attention, that folks step by, are excited about the event. Then the event is run, and then there are some post-event tasks. So nothing very crazy. I think we're kind of working through these couple of steps. So just very simple. So if we start planning the event, so everybody is kind of working on their own usual planning tasks. So everybody finds their own location, finds their sponsor and the speakers. Perhaps we can, I don't know, collaborate a little bit on this together. For example, reaching out to speakers, and maybe have like a central form where speakers could sign up. I don't know. This is currently not planned, but there's some options to maybe do that. So if you all feel, for example, this could be a great way to, I don't know, lift in general the burden from all of our shoulders in terms of local event organization, maybe we can do that. But otherwise, there's not too much in terms of finding the location, because everybody knows their own space best, knows their kind of community, who could sponsor potentially. So there's not too much planned here. For the next one, scheduling the event. So as always, everybody posts their meetup on their meetup group, but we will have also one meetup group for Cloud Native Sustainability Week, because we have a virtual tag meetup as well. So we need this group anyways. And I think it's like a good repost. So you can go on this community page, you can see, okay, these are all the meetups. So there will appear the meetups from Korea, for everywhere, kind of. And there will just be like a repost to your group. So it links to your meetup. So it's like a good overview about, okay, these are all the meetups. So we can all link folks to this page and they can find maybe, okay, there's a meetup near my location. Right. Announce the event. Right. Everybody just uses their own communication channels as usual. So if you have good experience, for example, with a particular mailing list that you have established, obviously use that. That's great. Or post it on LinkedIn or whatever. And as I also mentioned before, we are working with the CNCF PR team to get or try to get like a schedule up, how to promote this event. So right now, I'm not sure. They are working on some design, how to promote this event. I don't have too much experience in that regard, so I don't know. But there will be some support in terms of reaching out to folks and highlighting that. Maybe there's also a podcast, maybe interested. So potentially this could also give some more outreach. And then running the event. So for running the event, you can use the welcome slides as soon as they're up. You can modify the slides, use it as a baseline. There's also like the logo and the presentation slide template, which you can use, or which the speakers can use if they like. And on the meetup, we can share the attendee survey. And if you like, you can also record the session. I know for some locations this is a little bit more challenging because it's not that easy to record like good sound and have good quality and everything. So if the location does not provide that, it's fine. But I think if it's possible, it's like very great to record the sessions. And then like some post-event tasks. So if you worked on the recording, you can share it and we will upload it to the YouTube channel. It would be great if you then could submit the survey, the organizer survey, which should not take too long, and just provide some more feedback. And also with the survey afterwards, we will work on like some small report kind of the event, share some maybe insights afterwards, probably write a blog post or something. So there's that. And that's kind of it. So it's like kind of very simple. We can go a little bit more into detail, obviously. But right now, most of the things are kind of in motion. So just to give you an overview. And now we are at the open discussion round. So feel free to shoot questions. I know there were a couple already in the introduction section. Yeah.
Okay, no one have a topic. Yeah, I'm sharing this something. I have two open discussions. One is that yeah, I'm already pasted the chatting channel. So please click that. Hello, Leo. Hello. Yeah, please click the link. Yeah, I am first.
1 second, I need to whoops.
It's okay. Yeah.
Switch my screen share. This one, right? Yeah.
Yeah. The one is that the Sujin, who is that iPhone Cloud. Actually, the name is that or ID. So we are made it some poster. It's just kind of that some draft version. So if you don't want to promote it whether or not, but I'm not sure that. But I prefer to the 1-2. This is one of my preferences poster actually. So in my understanding, we are opening the meetup. We pasted the war kinds of some poster we needed. So we are building the just draft version. So you can use that some. I'm not sure you are the one of the main organizer. So you are just consider about that and choose the one or I don't know others, and then we are changing the name. It is, you know, that is it based on what is that? What is that? I've seen this last one message. Anyhow, yeah. Anyhow, you can change the city name from Seoul to for example, some Bangalore or some Hamburg, yeah, and then it can use those kinds of proposals. So one of the open discussion topic is that the poster. Yeah, I will share it. It made by Figma, so you can just some import from the Figma some extension, and then you can use that as totally same as the some concept. But I'm not sure that it is not the finalized as confirmation by Leo. So I will share it as the raw version to some Slack channel for the sustainability the channel, so you can discuss about this here and then there. Yeah. Anyhow, I will share it as the raw version.
Awesome. Yeah, I think this looks great. And it's also a great idea. I think using kind of like a picture in your promotion, putting it on social media somewhere or whatever is always a little bit more I don't know, attracting than just writing it down maybe. So I think that's a great idea. Probably, like, I don't know, from top of my head, maybe every meetup can just choose their design, which they like, maybe if they would use that, and just shoot with that. Yeah.
Maybe you are designated this choose that in my understanding, this it will be open to the every city. Actually, there's approximately 30 or maybe 30. So each, in my understanding, it need to synchronize the same concept, some sort of the same meaning. So I think similar poster or similar some using some images, it should not should actually, it would be great to promote it.
Sure. Yeah.
Yep.
So because the CNCF is also working on the logo on something, so probably we can also put that on the slides, and then we can, if you would like to open up an issue, and then we can just vote on the design if you want to agree on one. I think that's a great idea. Yeah.
Sure.
All right. Awesome. Any comments to this one? Otherwise, let's go to Sam.
Okay, so thanks to thanks to him with current sharing, and I have let me check my notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I have 4 quick questions. So the first quick question is that this meeting scheduled every 2 weeks for 2 time zone, one for maybe Asia and Europe, and one for America, right?
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
so we have every 2 weeks is one meeting at 5 p.m. my time, so European Central Time, about kind of working on these issues, so credit badges and all these different issues that were on the slide. So you don't need to attend these because they're, I don't know, a little bit boring maybe for you. We are just working on the overall organization. So this is kind of the first meeting where we think about the overall event and discuss it. So you haven't missed out on anything, and it's not like a regular thing. Like every 2 weeks, it would be too much, I think.
Okay, so I got it. So the second one is that where can I find today's desk? So RC slides I'm going to share with my peers as local organizers. So some of them have conflicts today, so I will ask them to catch up with the YouTube recording, and also if we can get the slides you just shared, maybe better.
Yep, sure. Yeah, they are uploaded afterwards to Slack. So if you join, probably already are the
Could you
tag.
please also update in the GitHub issue?
Yeah,
Honestly,
that's
I got the meeting information from the GitHub issue, you know.
that's actually a good point. I will make sure to upload it there too. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks. So the third and the fourth question, maybe if you come back to your slash page 8, I remember there's a roadmap for Meetup organization phases. Currently we may have yeah, this one. Yeah, currently we may have found some sponsor with the location and almost the speaker maybe. But for the food and drinks, is there any sponsor we can get from the CNCF community? And also for the gifts, maybe I will take a look at it for the GitHub issue first and maybe check with you offline.
Yeah. So about event sponsoring, I would need to check with the CNCF how they are. I'm not sure if they do that for these local meetups. Maybe there's a way I can come back to you on that.
Okay, so the next maybe if we are plan to host the event in China locally at November. So is that works? If so,
all right. Yeah.
Mhm.
Right, this came up a couple of times because it's like impossible to find a week which fits everyone, obviously. So we kind of looked at the calendar and set out like the second week of October, which should be kind of a very good fit. It's not too close to KubeCon, so people are already kind of stressed out about that. It's not directly after some other big events. But obviously, like for some meetups, this is a little bit more challenging because maybe there's like a day off, like a holiday or something. So folks tend to use maybe the entire week, tend to take the entire week off or something. So I think if it's like not possible to schedule it during that week, then go for another one. I think that's fine. We try to keep everything during this week because otherwise it kind of falls apart the entire idea a little bit. Because if we kind of spread this over half a year, I mean, it's still very cool, but it's even more cooler if we have it like bundled together. So I would really try to get it scheduled through the week. If it's not possible, if you have, for example, I don't know, like a sponsor or something the week afterwards or 2 weeks afterwards, that's fine. Then go for that week. At the end, we want to follow the best we can the overall idea of the event, but we also want to keep in mind that we want to advocate about cloud native and cloud native sustainability. So I think it's fair to then postpone it.
Okay, I will bring this message to others and sync with other organizationer. We'll keep you update and synchronize later. So yeah, you know, it is too close to our local holiday during the national holiday and middle autumn. So yeah, it may be hard for us to postpone the event at social media because people just go on their vacation. Or maybe, yeah, so maybe we need more time and schedule for the social media works and postpone the event to the November maybe. Anyway, I will think with others and keep update.
All right, awesome.
Yeah,
sounds good.
Yeah, I'm fine. Thank you.
Awesome. Next, Phil.
Hi. I have two questions. One is currently we have received an invitation from Green Software Foundation, London, to co-organize a meetup in Taiwan. So is there any condition that need to meet if we have the cooperation?
What are you looking for exactly? To get introduced to the Green Software Foundation, or?
I mean, because I want to try to do the co event in Taiwan, because as I said, in Taiwan we don't familiar with this topic, so that's why we need to invite some one people from another foundation to share the experience. So I looking for is any criteria I need to meet, or if I try to cooperate.
Yeah. So with the Green Software Foundation, we are in good contact. We are working on a few efforts, or we try to intensify a little bit also our collaboration. So actually, that you're bringing this up is kind of nice, because it's like what we want to do, because they are kind of working on the same issues. Maybe they have like a different context, obviously, than we are. We're a little bit more focused. But we want to intensify a little bit more the collaboration and benefit from each other works and foundations. So there's so if you can just co-host it with the Green Software Foundation, that's great. So there's nothing that you need to consider.
Oh,
Not
okay.
sure if
No
what you're looking for. Yeah.
Okay. Second question.
Sorry for interrupt. So just brainstorming. If you want, local CNCF support, I know the CNCF APAC, maybe some staff located in Hong Kong there. So maybe you can just send them a mail and follow up with local support if they can support you anything. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good call out. Yeah, I will reach out to probably Katie after this meeting, and then send a message in Slack.
I think it's the case Chen, right? Yeah, Huang, please go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
And second question is, do we have any regular content that we need to share the day? I mean, the slide or any concept.
Yeah, so there's nothing which you need to share. I mean, everything is kind of flexible. So for example, also the surveys, if you I don't know, if you don't have the habit, or if you're not feeling comfortable, for example, sharing a survey, I don't know, then you don't need to do that. That's okay. But there are a couple of things, for example, welcome slides. I think these are just like nice things which you can just use, or use as a baseline. Maybe you want to add another slide to it or something. So you can use all the resources that we're working on. The goal is to simplify a little bit more the event planning for the like firsthand, but also that we don't need to. There's just some things which we can define once and everybody can reuse. So that's the idea.
Okay, thanks.
Awesome. I think Pratik dropped off. So Hoon, shoot.
Yeah, but I would like to unroll some fire, but I'm not sure there's something in a problem. But the problem is the Sujin, could you unroll the t-shirts, the sample of the t-shirt?
Okay, wait a minute.
I'm not sure what the problem is goes on. Or could you share that as your screen, Sujin? Fire. What's the problem? Yeah, there's you could be checked as the Kubernetes, no, not Kubernetes, cloud native server channel. So we are uploading the sample of the t-shirts. You know that when we go to the KubeCon or sort of that there's some big event, we got us some t-shirts like some memorized purpose, some sort of the purpose. So in my understanding, in my really humble my opinion, that we can be memorizing this event and also the sustainability or sort of that there's the big global, such as big global event. I think Katie will be provided some of the budget to make it some t-shirts for those kinds propose that. How think about this real? I think you can talk with this Katie to get us some funding to make it some t-shirts. Not like this. Actually, I don't like it at those kinds of really big amount of some logos things. I would like to see that the behind of the t-shirts and not the backward the t-shirts is that there's some tree or green or sort of there's some the others logos, some mix of not like it's a big, like it's Detroit t-shirts. Yeah, I gave it to the sample of the Detroit t-shirts, but anyhow, that's a sample. So can you talk with this Katie to get us some t-shirts that each of the city get for promoted those events? I think it can be really work and really meaningful, is valuable, some memorized purpose, and it can be good to promote it some country. Actually, Korea is, I think it is good promote some item.
Yeah. So this this idea came up I think through one of our meetings, and most folks were kind of against that for environmental reasons. That, I don't know, we want to it's not about, okay, these are probably in total, I don't know how many, like 27 meetups, I don't know, like maybe 100 t-shirts or something. So it's obviously not like terrible for the environment, but we want to be like a example, kind of, right? So folks were kind of a little bit against that. I don't know, more in the middle. I think it's still there. I think like having like a t-shirt from the conference. So I don't know if I go to like some CNCF event and I have the KubeCon t-shirt from Valencia, for example, or some other KubeCon. I think that's just like awesome. So I think there's like also some very great things about having something in like materialized, which you can also wear, which hopefully also looks great. So there's kind of like a balance. So probably we need to think on that. Obviously, I'm sure the CNCF would sponsor a couple of t-shirts. I also know the folks Pinnacle Design. These are this is like a company running the shop from the CNCF. So they can that's not like a problem. Usually if you want to issue t-shirts, you just upload the design. They come back to you with a mock-up. Then you say how many t-shirts you need, and then they send out emails or directly ship it to you. So if you provide the location, otherwise everybody gets like a link, a personalized link. So for example, if I don't know, Christina gets a t-shirt, she gets an email from Pinnacle Design where she can claim the t-shirt and enters her information where to ship it. So I think from like this perspective, that's not a big deal. It's more about, do we want to have a t-shirt at the first place? So
Leo, maybe this
Yeah.
could be something like I guess that probably would also be quite challenging to, like, we can't prohibit probably every local meetups to do that, but maybe we could like explain why we are like not in favor for having it for everyone, but if you still find it to be something that you would like to provide to your speakers or to your organizers, then you could do it in this way. Maybe we could leave it as an option to those who still would like to do that.
That's also a good idea. Yeah, I think like providing a t-shirt for everybody joining the meetup, it's not very feasible because we will have probably like 50 to 100 people each meetup, 27 meetups. It's, I think, a little bit out of sight. So probably maybe for the organizers and speakers, it's a good point. Yeah, maybe we can. So if like maybe like a middle ground would be we have a design. It's also on the shop. And everybody, like the organizers get a voucher or something, so it's for free, and they can claim it if they like, but they don't have to. So they're not kind of, so it's like you can decide on your own, do you want to have this or not? Probably most folks will just claim it.
Go ahead.
Thanks. I participated in an event called Hacktoberfest. It is a contribution promotion event, and once fulfill their requirement for that event, they can offer two options. First one is T-shirt, or they made the contributor can donate their T-shirt amount to money to grow trees. So maybe giving some options like donation as a gift to speaker or organizer, considering the environment, maybe it can be also option to folks who are really interested in the environment and saving the resources.
That's also a good idea. Yeah. So this kind of goes back a little bit to the beginning, like very start of this call where I mentioned like we want to have this like very simple and slim kind of this overall organization. So I'm not sure how much work this would be. I think it's like an interesting idea. But I like also on one hand, I don't really want that folks have on their mind, okay, I want to donate this because like this, then I'm environmentally friendly, right? But I would like to have this t-shirt because it's like an interesting event. I put a lot of effort into it, organizing it. So it's kind of, you lose out in a way. So because you need to decide. So not sure, but it's like a very, very interesting idea. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fully understanding you are worrying about this environment. This purpose is not this. It gonna be this negative effect. I'm fully understood that this. But the other view is that when someone who is wearing those t-shirts and behind there's a cloud native something or sustainability something, and it can be some show up to that this what kinds of event is goes on or what kinds of event happens before. And as far as I know, you are want to be at this. It is not just only one time the event. It can be the second time or third time. So the t-shirt means that someone who is really wearing that, and it can be shown to the someone who is unknown, who doesn't know about this at all for the sustainability or cloud native or blah blah something. So t-shirts, in my personal perspective, is it can be one of the some advertising board. So that's the reason why I would like to make it some t-shirts for it is really actually first time. So that's the reason why I would like to make it as t-shirts at the first time, just in my really my personal opinion. That so don't you mind that it's just for I'm just suggesting that you are choose whether or not.
No, I think it's like you're right. It's like a good advertisement. So like the one from Valencia, grow with cloud native, like printed in bold letters on the back. If you see that, you cannot miss it, kind of. So it's like a good advertisement. So I just see that it's 1 minute after past 11 my time, at least for me. So we're kind of running out of time. So maybe, yeah, Christina.
Leo, just a quick, maybe we can, if others would like to comment their reflections as well, we have a separate issue on GitHub for presence for participants and organizers. Maybe the discussion can also continue there if you would like to still provide your reflection on this.
Yep.
Yeah, perhaps Hoon, could you add a comment to this issue? I can send a link in a second. Just proposing the idea of issuing or creating a design for a t-shirt. So we can kind of kickstart the discussion with that.
You mean that this already created the issue, or just for send the message through the Slack?
To the issue, 1 second.
Yep.
That one. So there's another one also for attendees, but I think it's out of scope to print like thousands of t-shirts. So maybe 100 or something. For organizers and potentially speakers, it's more feasible.
Okay,
All right.
I posted at this some issue thread is 141 this thread that I will post it at this some sort of the teachers things. Is it right?
Or,
You will not be able to post it through that 141 issue,
yep.
right?
Yep.
Okay.
Awesome. And thanks everybody for joining today's call. Potentially we will have another one maybe a month or so before the second week of October, just to kind of wrap it up again. Until then, if you have any questions, Slack and everything is open. See you all around. Thanks for joining.
Thank you, Leo.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. There's my hand. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.